Hello and welcome. I'm going to give you an overview of the code.org web lab that we use for making HTML code in designing web pages. So in order to show you, what I'll do first is I'll just Google code.org and this website launches. From here, I'm going to click on sign in if I already have an account. And if I don't have an account, I'm going to create, and you're looking to view all projects. And you're going to click on view full list. And then you're looking at Weblab. Now here, if you already have an account, you sign in. And if you don't, you would have to sign up. So from here then, we're just going to have a quick overview of this interface for code.org for using a Weblab project for creating HTML code. So on the left-hand side here, I have where I store all my files. So every single web page, the very first HTML page is an indexed.html, and you can't change that. So every first page has to be index.html. Underneath that, we've got style.css, and we know that CSS is cascading style sheets. So that's got to do with styling our page. So we'll be looking at that a little bit later on. The other thing then you'll see in here is the likes of your pictures and other files, and we'll look a little bit more then as they come up in the course. So this middle section here is where we have our code. And over here is going to be the preview of our code. So if I give you a little example of just a heading, you get a preview live in your document over here. So as I type here into my code, I get a live preview. Now sometimes we might need to click on this refresh button for the preview to be live, to come up immediately. So that refresh button just refreshes our code and our page. Sometimes that's necessary. This inspector, if we turn that on and we click on it, it tells us where that piece of code is in my code section. So I want to know, turn on my inspector. I want to know where the piece of code for IFA text is, and it's here, it's highlighting for me. So that can be very handy when you're trying to figure out whereabouts you are in your code. The other things we have here is this button here, which makes it full screen if you want to have a full screen preview of what your web page is going to look like. And at the very top we have untitled project, so I can rename that to give it a name and click save. I can share it. This feature is very useful. Now, the send to phone and these links, they only work in the US. So what I could do is I could just copy this link here instead. So you just click copy, and then if I paste that link into a new browser, it's actually a live web page already for me, which is a really, really good reason why we use the code.org website, because you can just send that link then to your teacher and they can see your web page. So it's very handy. So that link there, you just copy it, pop it into a browser, refresh it or press enter, and you have your web page. Okay, so I'm just going to close that now. So that's a quick overview of what we have here in our interface on code.org. Thank you.